Xewleer, the Mercenary King, trying out a new camera, doing a Lauris deck for y'all.
It's easy enough to just walk away, then coming to terms with what to say. This feeling inside I just can't bear, wavering here, wavering there.
Not gonna lie, it's a pretty generic Harmony deck. I think the only thing that's pretty unusual is the fact that I'm not running the stand right now. But let's get started. First things first lesson Akari. Can't really ruin this card. Like this is still a really great card. It has Harmony, Auto, Vanguard, Rearguard. No GB, by the way. No Harmony's GB as far as I know. Auto, Rearguard, GB1. If this unit's in Harmony, this gets Act. Put this unit to the Soul. Return a card to your hand and draw a card. You don't have to return a card to hand, but you kind of should because you get other combos. Basically, you can use this to get a really good draw off of your Lauris strides, and just, you know, take care of it through there. Not much else to really say about her, other than she's just really good. I run 4 of the Lauris crits. Yeah, go in the Soul, gets plus 5k whenever Lauris attacks, and you get to draw a card. 4 of the best art crit triggers. 4 fundies. This deck doesn't use too much soul, but it does use a bit. So I just need to make sure that I have plenty of soul. And then 4 heals. Not my ideal heal, but honestly not that bad. It reminds me of a picture of a Naga with in a teacup. Quite cute. I run 3 Shizukus. Vanguard, Rearguard, Harmony. Once per turn, GB1, when this unit becomes Harmony, look at the cards of your deck, search for top 5 cards, search for a grade 3 or greater, put into your hand shuffle deck. Not much else for it, you just want a lot of Laurises in hand. This second Lauris works on the Rearguard as well as the Vanguard, and that's what you want her for. 3 Shondies, just for extra strides, as well as to get out the Laurises. Now, not really to get out the Lauris, but to thin my deck of them. 4 Subarus. Now, I haven't really tested out this card as much as I'd like, but it interests me, because it gives you your front row basically resist. Auto, Rearguard, once per turn, when this unit becomes in Harmony, choose one of the other units in Harmony with GB2. And so basically you place it behind your Vanguard or something. And if you do, until end of turn, this unit gets continuous Vanguard, Rearguard, resist, and this unit gets plus 3k, and continuous Rearguard, resist. So basically you get a resist column going, especially if you have a Lauris in the front row. And also it can pump up your Vanguard, because Lauris, no matter what time, as long as she becomes in Harmony, she gets plus 5k. She can actually give out 2 of your units plus 5k, and then this gets a crit. So basically you choose herself, and then like something else you want to do, and she gets plus 5k directly herself. Vanguard or Rearguard, interestingly enough. So yeah, she's useful, and I use her mostly defensively. There's a card by the name of Plotty that Plat, that like you guard, and if you place a card plus 5k shield, that I'm thinking about adding. But I haven't really decided yet. I don't need the Shondies as much as I used to. And then I run 4 Harmony perfs. This is just for the Eleanor, more than anything else, because being able to search out a card, especially a card like a Perfect Shield, always works great. Yeah, not much else to say about her. Holy shit, man. Magical Charge Vita. Now, what she does is Rearguard, G-Break, Soul Blast 1. Return this unit to your hand at the beginning of each main phase. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 grade 1 or less cards from your hand. Call it to an open Rearguard circle, and if you have a grade 4 or greater, Vanguard countercharge 1. So she's a countercharge engine, and she allows you to set up like Subaru. All right, I'll be real. It sets up Subaru. To pump up your Vanguard and whatnot. Not much else to say about her other than she's a nice little counter charge during the main phase, which you do need, but not too much. Then I run 4 of the new Eager Envy Marioneer. I think it's supposed to be Mariner, but I'm not too sure. She gets Harmony, auto rearguard when this unit becomes in Harmony, and it's not GB, by the way. This unit, if you have Lauris, this unit gets plus 3k. So basically, it's in Harmony plus 3k. There's a card like it that's just a generic plus 3k, but she works here too. And then Continuous Rearguard GB2, this unit gets plus 3k for every one of your units in Harmony. Interestingly enough, she gets plus 3k on the opponent's turn if you have like a column of Harmony, as I've described earlier in the defenses. Then we have 4 Love Collect Eleanor. Now, she's actually pretty cheap. No one really likes her, but I like her quite a bit. She has Harmony, as always. Auto, GB1, Counterblast, Soul Blast when this unit is returned to hand from Rearguard Circle, which you can do with these. You look at the same number of cards at the top of the deck as number of units with Harmony. Put 1 card at the top of the, from among them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of the deck in any order. Now, as you can tell, there are a lot of Harmony, but no triggers with Harmony. I could run the stand trigger, but honestly, I'm just not enjoying how that plays as much as I could, and I think I just want to go for a heavy crit build. However, she's a lot better than people say, especially since she can search out perfect shields. 4 of the original Lauris. I should run 3 and then put something else in there for attack, but I like her quite a bit, actually. Auto Vanguard once per turn, G-Break 2. When this unit is Harmony, choose 2 units, plus 5k, and this unit gets a crit. You can choose yourself. It's nice. Auto Vanguard, Counterblast 1. During your turn, when your G unit strides, Counterblast 1. Choose one of your rearguards, return to hand. If you return to rearguard, draw a card. She's kind of hard to use sometimes, but basically you return her when you stride, That's it, if you don't really have a rearguard stuff. But honestly, once this is out, once this shows up more, and well, kind of her as well, but mainly her, you have other targets. There's no reason not to play Marioneer. And then I run 4 of the new Lauris. This is actually more for rearguards than the other one. But basically, Harmony, Vanguard Rearguard, G-Break 2. This unit is in Harmony, plus 5k. And if it's on Vanguard, it gets a crit. So basically, with like Subaru and like Citron, you can make you can give your Vanguard plus 8. Like, that's just how it is. Auto Vanguard, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. When your G unit stride, pay the cost if you draw a card, choose 2 rearguards, return them to hand. Really, the draw is the best part of it. And the return 2 rearguards to hand, like you run Eleanor, I guess, you will have the soul to do that the first time. And you can sort of like get a bunch of different combos off for it. However, I don't really think it'll be too crazy. I do like it. It's pretty aggressive, and the draw is really enhanced by the extra fundies, especially since I do have soul problems. And the crit does create constant, solid aggression that makes every drive check a question. Same as my Prism deck, I run 2 Citrons and 2 Leonas. Leona is, when you play it, return a card to hand. If you return the card, and you have to, as long as you have a field, you have to play out a card of the same... Sorry, no, you can choose a card from your hand and play it in the Guardian Circle. And if it's the same card name as the one you return, so it can be a different copy, you get plus 5k. You can actually play triggers, return it, and then play it, and it does pretty well for a 15k guard. And you just have to do that. Well, extra guards is nice. And so this does the opposite, Citron. When this unit is placed on G, choose up to one of your grade 1 or greater cards from hand, call to rearguard Subaru, and if you call the card, this unit gets plus 10k guard until end of turn. And so basically, it's just a combo to get Subaru off, and then use Subaru for more guard. Like that, that's it. If you're ever in that position, I don't use Sandy just because I feel like I can get enough cards for everything else, and the counterblasts, and the summoning perfects, that's all. Let's start off with the text.
I guess we'll start by here.
I run 1 Ange. A lot of these decks just run 1 Ange, but you can run more of her. She doesn't, there's an errata on her. She does not flip up her own card. So in other words, you can flip over anything. So act Vanguard GB2 once per turn. Choose a face down card. Your G zone, turn it face up. Choose any number of your player cards in any circle other than Vanguard, return them to the hand. And you can include lock units. This unit gets plus 5k for every card returned. If the number of turns returned are 5 or more, draw a card. If it's 7 or more, it gets an extra drive. This is better than Olivia. Especially since it's main phase and you can keep doing combos. As you can see here, while this doesn't really get the power probably to really take advantage of it, it does still get a lot of card advantage from being returned and being reset up for all the Harmony plays, and that's why you really want it. 1 GB8 Priscilla. Auto Vanguard GB8, choose a card from your hand, discard it, into battle this unit attacked, return all rearguards into your hand, choose up to 5 cards from your hand, call them separate rearguards plus 5k. This is just a game ender. And you can tell that, you know, if you choose all of them, and everything goes into Harmony, you know, this will get plus, yeah, technically this will give Harmony to that. Yeah, this can get Harmony. If this strides in front of something, it gets Harmony. And then if you play something else, it'll give it Harmony. It's weird because Harmony, like, it doesn't go away once the cards end. Its wording is literally when your other units place in the same column, both units become in Harmony until end of turn. So, you know, it stays in Harmony, and because it's in Harmony, it gives Harmony. It's weird like that. So basically, if you run like Subaru or something like that with this, which is what I recommend, really, you can start pumping them up by giving like these plus 3k, and because it's getting plus 9k already, plus 12k actually, you can boost it beyond 24, and then with Subaru, she's plus 10k, she's a 10k booster, so yeah, so it's like 34k columns, you know, sorry, 44, including her plus 5k, so. 1 Seabreeze, just in case somebody tries some sneaky shenanigans. And then 1 Frederica. I don't use her very often, but she's a Vanguard with Harmony. And choose a face-down card from your G-Zone, turn it face up. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, hits a Vanguard, pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards in Harmony, return it to your hand, and then call it. Choose one of your rear guards, and then until end of turn it gets continuous. This unit, if this unit's in Harmony, plus 5k. You know, this is just a first stride if I don't have any good ideas. And honestly, that can happen quite a bit, actually, since everything else is GB2. This is technically GB2. I run 2, 4 Laurises, just because I like Lauris. I'm not a redhead guy, but something about her art just, it's nice. I wish I had wedding SPs, but I'm not going to shell out that much for them, so... Act Vanguard once per turn. She has Harmony. Counterblast 1. Flip a card, face down card, turn it face up. Doesn't have to be Lauris. Choose up to the same number of rear guards as the number of face up cards in your G zone. Return them to hand. So it's like at least 2 or more. This unit gets auto Vanguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, all your units in Harmony, and all your units are in Harmony. Choose up to 3 of your units, and they get plus 5k, and this unit gets a crit. So basically, you can really pump up some rear guards based on how many things are in Harmony. Mary Honor are the ones you just kind of have to go to all the time, but also things like Subaru and whatnot will work as well. And by the way, hitting 26 is perfectly fine numbers. Then I run 4 Olivias just because Olivia's still good. They are still good. Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks. Choose a face-down copy of herself, turn it face up. Choose up to 5 of your rear guards. If they have different card names, return all of the units at the hand. If 3 or more units were returned, choose 2 cards from your hand, call them the separate rear guards in different rows, and this unit gets a crit. Yeah, it gets a crit, different rows. Number of face-up cards in your G-zones, 1 or more.
I can't do like a 35 damage pussy stack.
Yeah, so basically it's G-Break 2 before they had G-Break 2. Not much to it. This is a pretty aggressive deck. Pretty solid, decent card advantage. And I really like the small defensive play of Subaru, as well as the resist that she can give out if necessary. Alright. Well, that's everything. This is Xewleer, the Mercenary King. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
They call themselves Imagine Your Goddess. What a bunch of a-holes.
Hooked on a